Hello everyone, welcome back to Zero Tolerance TV. ZT here. This is going to be the second game of Group A from the round of 8 here. It is the, I believe, the exact same format as the, was it round of 24 or something? No, can't be right. 16? I don't know. I feel like there was something missed in between. Maybe I should check that out, but whatever. This is BoxeR versus a Protoss. I can't remember who. It's gonna say. I should recognize him from the look there, because I know who BoxeR is. Yeah, he's on the right, but who's on the left? I don't know. We're gonna find out. This game is unfortunately on Paradox. So back to this continent map or whatever you want to call it. Some pretty dirty games here, and we do have a Protoss player, so I'm gonna assume we're seeing carriers. I mean, we should see carriers because carriers are awesome. Oh, it's Kingdom. Sure. Okay, so BoxeR versus Kingdom here on Paradox. More like Paradox XX. I don't know why there's 3 X's in this. Like, did a 15-year-old name this map? What happened here? I don't know. These are the mysteries. Anyway, here in the bottom left on Paradox, we have Kingdom. BoxeR throwing out the manor there. What a guy. And then up in the top right, we'll have BoxeR eventually when we decide to switch. When the Korean casters decide it's time. Which is gonna be... yeah, okay, finally, here we go. We got a quick look at BoxeR before they wanted me to remind you to go ahead and hit the sub button for a cast every day-ish. Not gonna pretend I've been perfect, but I've been pretty good. I mean, definitely a lot more on than off. I think I've missed like maybe a week's worth of games in what, like 2.5 months or something? I don't know. Not even really sure how long I've been going on this for a while, but feeling fun, you know? I still like it. It's good times. Good times. So, Paradox, we've seen some games here before. I do think this map is just really good for Protoss. That is kind of my guess. I've seen BoxeR beat a Zerg who was off race, or was it a Zerg? I think Joyo was a Zerg. Off racing is Protoss on this map, so he definitely can beat carriers if they're not microed very well. So it's not just a given that BoxeR will lose, and considering King's Reaver micro in one of those games that we casted of his, or Kingdom, excuse me, not King, I wouldn't be surprised if he just AFKs a couple carriers and loses anyway. But yeah, we'll see. This is BoxeR, so I would say he's just a tier or 2 above Kingdom. And as such, I do think he's got a pretty good shot here. Also just a super clutch player, whereas Kingdom I could definitely see losing to nerves, something like that. So both players have 1 gas so far, but I do expect them to take that second gas pretty quickly. Interesting spot for a pylon. Oh, and yeah, let me know if these sound levels are good. I've been working on it. The last cast had really loud casters from the round of 8. She was gonna hide and then realized no, it's too late. Throughout the peace sign. I like it. Just be confident, you know. You're at the StarCraft thing. Just be cool about it. Everybody's a StarCraft nerd in Korea, right? Totally. There's definitely not people who don't do that. Just like there are people who don't watch sports in North America. You know, like me. I don't know. I know it's like pretty popular, but I'm not sure if there's any sort of like stigma to being a nerd over in South Korea. I've never lived there or anything like that. Still no second guess from BoxeR. I actually am kind of surprised this is late. Oh, by the way, that is a hidden kind of Stargate from Kingdom. It's an interesting place to put it, I think. Okay. This is Arbiters. Yeah. I don't know what else would be... And still only 1 gas for Kingdom as well. I'm really surprised. You'd think that these players would be taking really quick second gas on this map. Double starport from BoxeR. Pretty reasonable, I'd say. Start off with some cloak wraiths. It is an island map, so seems good. These guys are all in force, man. They came as a group. They're ready. So first Corsair out. And yeah, I don't really see the point in putting your Stargate over there if you're just going to go scout with the Corsair. Might as well put it closer to your base so it's a little easier to defend. I kind of thought it was just because he didn't want it to get scanned if it was a quick academy. But if you're just going to scout with the Corsair, they know. So they have all the info, basically. Yeah. Hiding the Templar Archive and the Citadel of Adun, though. That could make some sense. I question this build a little bit. The Stargate's done and a Corsair's already out. And Templar Archive's not even done yet. There's another building he has to build after that to start making Arbiters. So I'm a little confused on that. I think Arbiters are kind of cool here. Obviously, you'll be very safe on your continent with all the gateway units you're making. BoxeR trying to make a Marine on Kingdom's little continent here, but it is scouted by this Dragoon, so it's going to get pushed away. I like it. You might as well. At worst, it does get gets a bit of scouting in. At best, maybe you can pick off a probe. That would be pretty big. Probe plus scouting, obviously. But nope, scouted there by Kingdom, so not going to happen. Assume the Arbiter Tribunal's been started somewhere. This is Arbiters, right? I mean, is he just getting one Corsair? Is this a build one Corsair and then ignore the Stargate for a while build? Is that what we're doing here? Because I gotta say, if you just want to scout, observers are really good at that. Barracks on a patrol command. Looks like he's microing it, but no. And that's what, actually, 2 Valkyries here. So BoxeR not opening with Raze. Valkyrie are opening with an air-to-air build. Corsair is also pretty good at air-to-air. And yeah, definitely not ignoring his Stargate after that first Corsair made. Gonna continue producing them. I'm a little confused here. Now I'm wondering, so is this is a Templar drop? I guess that's the plan here. He's going to drop Templar and sort of use the Corsairs as a way to escort them in. Still haven't seen a Terran try my idea of a CC first on this map, where you just make some SCVs because there's so many minerals to mine here. You can just sit there and make SCVs on one base essentially, and then move it if you want, and make it more SCVs over there. That would be fine. Although I think you should make some SCVs before you move it, and then later on you can transfer some more over with a dropship, since you're definitely going into starport tech on this map. But no, BoxeR not trying that. He is not interested. Got 4 Valkyries now. Kind of a little bit choppy on the video, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Most of them have been pretty good, but this one seems to just be a little choppy. Great, thank you. Thank you so much. Stupid pop-up. I don't even know what that's for. It happens when I plug my computer in sometimes, but it just randomly happens, that little... I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that. Quick pause. Alright, we've got an engagement here, but not what Kingdom is interested in. BoxeR chasing these Corsairs away with his Valkyrie force. It seems like you should... Oh boy, an Archon here. Archon drop. Denying this expansion. But the Valkyries find the shuttle and kill it. Now, I think you can fit 2 Archons in one shuttle, so there might have still been more in there. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, though. I know you can put 2 in a shuttle in StarCraft 2, so I'm just going to say that's a fact for StarCraft 1 as well. And if it's not, then I'm wrong. Are those Archons? Are those Templar trying to make an Archon, or are they just patrolling? I think they're patrolling. Another engagement going down here, but again, we have choppy video. This is so annoying. Looks like BoxeR was able to win that one. Yeah, that's so frustrating. I have no idea why, because every other video has been great. in this playlist. It's actually been really good, but this one is just consistently not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it after. I hope it's not me or something to do with my setup, and it's actually the video, but kind of hard to tell right now. Seems better to just soldier on. I don't want to edit, and I also don't. Yeah, definitely more than one Archon fits in there. I don't want to have to edit or restart this cast, so I'm just gonna go with it. Nice little kill there for that DT though, killing off a tank. Archon was killed off. Kind of unfortunate there for Kingdom, but kind of comes with the territory. Okay, Robo facility, or Robo support bay, excuse me. Wonder... It's called a support bay, right? I was sure it was called that, but when they Korean caster clicked on it, it just said Protoss Robotic Support. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's not. I'm gonna keep calling it Robo Support Bay though, or just Robo Bay. That's what I'm about. So BoxeR is going to be attempting to retake that natural, and it looks like he should be able to. Well, there is still this Archon here, getting some SCV kills. Nothing out here to actually kill it off yet, and a Dark Templar as well, so BoxeR kind of just hemorrhaging some units there. Some workers, mostly. Okay, and now it's shuttling. I think there's a probe in there, so I think Kingdom is going to be taking his own base. And this CC does need to run. Archons do shoot up. It won't kill it too fast, but eventually it will die. There was indeed a probe in that shuttle, so Pylon, and I assume a Nexus is going to be started over on that expansion. Let's see what BoxeR's going to drop. He's dropping more SCVs. Don't you know? I'm so okay, no, there's what you call them? Vultures in here too. Okay, so they do finally take out that Archon, but the CC has had to fly away, so it did delay that for quite a while. This expansion would have been up a lot earlier without that Archon. And we've got something coming into BoxeR's main here in this shuttle. Maybe DTs? Maybe another Archon? Maybe a Dark Archon? We're gonna see Protoss nukes this game? Oh, it's a Storm Drop! Will he actually get any kills? Yes, he does get some, but... Oh, wow, that's a great Storm. Gonna kill a good number of SCVs there. The Storm Drop definitely went well, and now gonna morph the Archon as well. Is that a third High Templar? Yes, it is. Does he have any storms on it? That would be pretty insane if he did, but I think it's out. Pretty nice Storm Drop. Got a decent number of SCVs there. Does end up losing everything, so 3 Templar go down, and the Archon does not finish, so it can't even attack after, but pretty good storms. And adding that on to the SCVs he's already killed, Kingdom's definitely doing a pretty decent job of keeping BoxeR's economy in check. Now, he doesn't have a mining second base of his own yet. And is this another storm drop? I think it is. High Templar out. Ooh, a pretty nice storm. More SCVs dying, and another good storm on top of those SCVs, killing some of those, and as well, a couple vultures. Third storm goes off, although that one didn't kill quite as many. I think just 1 or 2 SCVs. Still, doing a decent job of really hampering BoxeR's economy here. I keep wanting to call him Slayer's BoxeR, but no, it's just BoxeR. Slayer did not, I believe, start until StarCraft 2. So, good little while. Although it is something interesting. So, 98 is when Brood War came out, and StarCraft 1, I guess. And 2012 was StarCraft 2, so it's 14 years. It's 2022 now. So, it's actually been just as long now since... or the difference between Brood War and StarCraft 2 coming out is as long as the difference between StarCraft 2 and today. So that kind of puts how long StarCraft 2 has been out in perspective a little bit. Not sure on the dates. I think Brood War was like in November or something. And obviously StarCraft 1 was a little earlier. But yeah, it's a long time that StarCraft 2 has been out. Especially funny since I don't really play or watch it very much anymore. And I'm still playing and watching Brood War, so I guess that just talks about the quality of this game. Now, BoxeR is dropping on the middle continent here, and definitely going to be able to clean out what Kingdom has going on One of those cannons did finish, but the other two did not. And a Zealot running around on this island. Looks like there was something of a drop here. I'm not sure if he actually got any SCVs with it. Although I'm guessing there might have been a Templar or two that did some storm. BoxeR actually not leaving his tank long enough for it to finish up those cannons. Kind of interesting. And this gateway finishes. And now Kingdom is reinforcing this area. DT actually ends up taking out that Vulture too. So I thought these buildings were just going to get killed off or canceled, but Kingdom actually was able to protect them. More dropships here though, and this is going to be a pretty high number of units. Scan to kill off the DTs, but oh yeah, he is able to get them both before they get out of range. Now, are there more? Is there another DT producing from this gateway or not? That's the question. Dropping a Dragoon there, and a High Templar storming nothing, but did eat 2 mines, so not completely wasted. Storm there from the second High Templar right before it is killed off by the Vulture. Kills 1 Vulture, and the Zealot's able to finish the other one off. And yeah, it looks like DTs are starting to pop out here, unless that's a fixture. I think that's actually a map fixture, so not a DT. There's still one there, but I think that was from a dropship. Dropship's coming back in. King really needs to start killing off the dropships if he wants to be safe on this base. Another scan to get the Dark Templar, and they are all killed off before it ends, but another one does pop out, so there are going to be some DTs here to defend. Pretty good mine drag to kill 2 Vultures with that first one, but the second mine does end up killing off the DT. It did trade for 3 Vultures, so not terrible, honestly. More gas used, but not too bad. And ooh, okay, carrier switch. There are at least 2 Stargates here to make carriers with that fleet beacon. Zealot pops out of that gateway, just gets killed off by the Vultures. And the first gateway is about to fall here, so Kingdom is not going to have much more production on this here middle island. Maybe he can get 1 more DT out or something like that. I guess with like some amazing mine drags, maybe it's possible he clears with that, but I think it's pretty unlikely. It looks like BoxeR is going to take control of that middle area. That said, I mean, looking at what he's producing, no Goliaths yet, just a lot of Vulture tank, and nothing that shoots up, and these carriers are actually being activated. I think this might even be a little too early, though. I think waiting for 4 carriers was probably the play for Kingdom, but they will do a pretty good job of killing off dropships. And now that they've secured that middle base, if Kingdom can kill off these drops, it's actually in a not so bad position as far as the middle continent is concerned. It does have this base up and mining, but yeah, there's no gas here, so not really that great. Helps you make stuff, obviously, but the main use for minerals right now is like interceptors. I mean, I guess a carrier costs minerals, but he's going to be a lot more gated on gas here for sure. Making a couple cannons over here, I like that. If you want to take control of this area. I'd love to see him make cannons on the edge, like the north edge though, so that it's harder for BoxeR to get his units onto the island. I think that's the main issue for him right now. I think an observer got picked off there, and a couple wraiths with this army now to fight off ground units. And I think Kingdom might have to pull out of here. Oh, a few more shuttles show up with some gateway units. There are a lot of Goliaths in that army now, and so the gateway unit reinforcement is going to be pretty good. They kind of just got wrecked by those tanks, though. Now, it looks like Kingdom is starting to focus them down with his 2 carriers, so maybe he's alright. Yeah, Goliaths fighting cannons isn't exactly a good matchup for them. That poor Dragoon, what are you doing over there? Dying, that's what he's doing. And another drop ship load of units. It's starting to look bad for Kingdom on this island. Wondering where his other carriers are. Looks like that one carrier is actually really low. Starting to make cannons now here on one of the continent bases. Now that one does have gas, so pretty important base for him to get mining. Yeah, these middle continent bases are really the good ones. You want a lot of gas on this map for sure. And that's where it's at. The free expansions are a little less good. Alright, here we go. BoxeR's air units coming in to fight these carriers, and I do not think there's enough of them to fight this stuff off. A little bit of help from the shield batteries, but not going to be enough to save them. Cannons are doing an okay job of fighting these wraiths, but did not save the carriers, and all three of those went down. A fourth one popped up, which I guess now is his first. But one carrier is really not that scary. You want to get a decent number of them before you start fighting with them. As these buildings on the middle continent get pushed down, Kingdom is trying to use his carriers to fight them off. But, well, okay. I guess the cannon's good enough there. He needs to... Man, I wish he'd just gone with his arbiters. I don't know what... this build was so weird. This is like a delayed storm drop, but with a really quick Stargate. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird. I feel like he needed to properly commit to a strategy instead of do this sort of really dyslexic build, but yeah, that's what it is. Or honestly, as I've said every time I've cast this map when there's a Protoss, just rush your carriers. Just go straight into your carriers. You're not going to get attacked. You can literally make carriers off your one base because there's a ton of minerals and 2 gas there. It's fine. Just go carriers, they're so good. But yeah, haven't seen that yet. A few more gateway units being dropped off here. Okay, this DT might be doing stuff right now, I'm not sure. Getting a quick shot of the crowd, and look at this beautiful crowd. So many people. Man, I miss it. I miss all the people. And seeing their faces, too. That was a big part of it. Oh, that's a nice storm on top of those Goliaths and tank. Very nice indeed. That Dragoon able to finish off that last tank before being killed off. But where do you go here? There's a bunch of Valkyries and Wraiths chasing down that last carrier. It does get away though. And this one DT is still going to town. Scan comes through, so BoxeR is able to finish it off. Looks like these buildings are actually unpowered now too, so going to be pretty easy work for the mech units of BoxeR. And he's definitely gotten a pretty nice foothold with this middle continent here. I think Kingdom probably needs to transition out of carriers, try to take advantage of all the fact that BoxeR has so many Goliaths right now, and try to get into arbiters or something. Like if you can recall a big group of gateway units onto the middle continent here, I think he can still take out that army with it. I don't think making like 2 carriers at a time is gonna work though. It's just we've kind of turned the corner on that, it seems. Now, Kingdom does pick off a gateway there, which if he does try to switch into a gateway-focused army is going to be pretty relevant. The gateway, or the tanks. Did I say he killed a gateway? Anyway, he killed a tank there. And yeah, and so if he does go into gateway army, it's going to be pretty nice. Every tank kill is important there. Really trying to take advantage, if he tries something like that, he'd be trying to take advantage of the really poor composition BoxeR's been forced into by the map partially, and also just by the fact that he's so not that heavily into carriers, I suppose, but that was what the strategy he was going for. Transferring probes this base, but there's really no opportunity to actually mine with them right now. BoxeR has tanks behind the mineral lines, so it's just not going to be safe. DT Goon drop over here at BoxeR's base, actually getting a pretty good amount of damage done. BoxeR trying to get these turrets up in time, and he will be able to detect these DTs, it looks like, so the Wraith should be able to take them out. But honestly, the drop did do its job, got quite a few SCV kills there, and now these carriers are actually able to kill off the tanks that were blocking his mining over here at this base, so pretty nice for Kingdom to get those. Also a turret picked off before BoxeR can bring his fleet back, but here we go, the air units are gonna chicken out. Okay. not interested in that fight. Decent micro now from Kingdom, actually. These carriers are getting a pretty good amount of damage done, and there are 4 of them now, so their DPS is quite high, and they are able to kill off these mech units very quickly. Going after the eBay there, I think? Maybe he was a Goliath? I'm not sure. I think it was a Goliath. Going after the eBay just doesn't make sense. Like, you delay turret mining a little bit, but like at what cost? You're going to lose interceptors doing that. And they're just going to remake their eBay and start making more turrets, so seems unproductive. Now, these carriers have actually done pretty well. Getting back up to 4 was important. Now I think he probably needs to get more carriers is the direction he should be going in with his Stargates. When he only had 1 left, I thought the Arbiters were probably better. But now that he's got up to actually a decent carrier count again, it's probably better to just be making those. One of those is kind of low. Carrier's got 7 kills. Not terrible. Probably going to need more than that if he wants to win. It's worth pointing out, I think basically both these mines are mained out now. And if they're not, they're about to be. So these players definitely need their expansions. Now the mineral-only expansions are pretty safe. Ooh, a nice storm there on those Goliaths. I think nicking those air units as well. So pretty nice storm. One problem with Storm Carrier is sometimes you can kill off all your interceptors, but Kingdom's actually been doing a pretty decent job of not doing that. Nice pick off there on the dropship. Those are pretty high value targets. Able to kill an interceptor with those wraiths, but that doesn't really matter much. Honestly, if you can trade wraith or interceptors for actual units, that's always really good, assuming you have minerals. At that point, your carriers are like production buildings, and you can actually get a pretty nice advantage doing that. Now, it is going to be important for Kingdom to... I think he needs to transfer some gateway units to the middle of the map or something. It's going to be tough to win with just carrier in a position like that. He does have a good place to run away to, but it's just going to be a lot of Goliaths. I guess if he's really efficient and they basically mine out the map, I think carriers could win. I don't know. It's interesting. BoxeR's macro there. Kind of good, kind of bad. You actually have to set the workers to mining after they're done producing in this game because it's old as fuck. But... so, yeah, BoxeR able to make a bunch of SCVs because you can just put the building on a hotkey and make them, but not actually sending them to mine. Now, some tanks here have moved up and are starting to shell the probe line, but honestly, the carriers have done a pretty decent job of pushing them back, killing all but 1 so far. Now, some probes are dying, but honestly, Kingdom has extra probes right now. His Bane has mined out, and he's still got those probes left. Here come the air units, though. Can they kill off these carriers? I don't think he actually got one. Maybe one of them went down. Every carrier that goes down is always important. But it looks like the carrier count is at least staying stable. I think still 4 there. It's kind of funny. Every time I say Kingdom should do something, he doesn't. I say he should switch into Arbiters. He keeps making carriers. I say he should make more carriers. He doesn't. Actually, no, that is a new carrier. I lied. Nice little shot at the crowd. What's up? So I think there's 5 carriers here then. Okay, BoxeR did set those SCVs to mine. Good job. I'm proud of you, BoxeR. I don't think he cares. It's a pretty sizable Wraith count here. I wonder if we're at the point where some Corsairs might be good. Not very good against what are those things called? Valkyries, but against Wraiths, Corsairs actually really are quite good. Especially with how prone they are to bunching up. Trying to make a turret there, but swiftly killed by Kingdom. Poor SCV. Now this base, the minerals aren't being mined by it right now, but that's not a big deal because minerals are being mined here still, although it is getting kind of close to mining out. He's still getting the gas here though, and I think that's what matters more. So, as long as Kingdom can take back control of the area behind this base, he's going to be able to start mining those minerals again. And, yeah, and he's already getting the gas. Another shot of the crowd. Man, look at them all. This is a huge crowd, actually. Like, this is just a massive crowd. Gotta love it. I always like these outdoor esport events, too. Like, just, I'd really like to go to one someday. We'll see. Lots of interceptors going down there, but whatever. Not a big deal. Man, how good would a recall be? Like a bunch of Dragoons and Zealots on that island would probably just tear that army apart. It's so Goliath heavy. Yeah, both these players have officially mined out in their mains. Still have the gas though. Looks like that's a depleted geyser. Really? No, I can't be right. That one's not. Yeah, and that's the one we looked at. So no, it wasn't depleted. They just looked small for some reason. Quick shot of the main. Yeah, that one is depleted. I think they both are. That's what it looks like. So we're really just on sort of 2 gas now. I'm not sure what just died. Maybe an observer. Pretty annoying for Kingdom. This tank is now shelling his cannon. He needs to get in there and take it out with his carriers. And he is able to kill it off. Yeah, he gets it. Okay. Still a pretty tense game, though. Gotta get back on that gas. This Wraith count is just getting scary. Nice pick off there on one of them. Another Wraith wants to die. So does this Valkyrie. The carriers oblige them. Pick off a tank as well. This is what I'm talking about. I think these are the types of things Kingdom really needs to do. I think what's happening here is he's just pulling units that aren't held positioned in because StarCraft units are kind of dumb sometimes. And getting some nice value that way with his carriers. Still, BoxeR has a really strong Air Force. Okay, and Kingdom back to mining here, but there's a tank in range. It's killing your probes. And this base is mined out now. So it's just this continent base left for Kingdom. Oh, I see. There's a tank hidden under the eBay. So Kingdom is actually storming it instead of trying to focus it down with carriers since, you know, he can't click on it. Nice play by BoxeR. Stuff like that. Ooh, are those cloak wraiths? They are cloak wraiths, but they fly into some cannons and get killed off, so not really the value BoxeR was looking for there. It's tough to say who's ahead right now. I really can't. I just don't know, because Kingdom has whittled down this Goliath count, and really I think a lot of BoxeR's supply is in air units now, but it's tough to say exactly how many wraiths he really has, and it looks like both of them are just on the 1 base income now. I guess BoxeR has an advantage in economy just because it's tough for Kingdom to actually threaten his, but I wouldn't say that it's like super one-sided right now or anything. Science vessel here, I think just to detect observers. Could also be pretty nice to get an EMP off on the carriers and whittle their shields down in a fight, but I don't really think that's enough to spend the gas on them. Kingdom looks like he was had to pull his probes back. Oh man. And the Korean commentators are going crazy. I don't even know why. Oh my god, he's nuking? What? There's a nuke. Okay, this is sick officially. BoxeR actually, yeah, BoxeR wins the game with a nuke. That's insane. Okay, I did not expect that at all. Pretty sick end of that game. Kingdom not looking happy about it, but BoxeR, I imagine, is pretty stoked at the moment. I didn't even notice that there were nukes coming. Wow, that was an end. That was definitely a paradox game. That's how I describe it. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you come back for the next one. Hopefully this sounds alright. I'm gonna take I tested it a little bit, but now I'm gonna watch this video and make sure it's good. This is how it's getting uploaded though, so whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Peace.